Hello, Age 3 fans. My name is Vindian, and I have something important to tell you on how to read a game appropriately. So, this is the end of the game discussion between my opponent and I. And after losing a fight, and just before he was about to resign, my opponent started questioning what just happened. He said WTF and it's calling bullshit on what just happened. And I said that's a strat blunder, and I was trying to offer him some candid advice, telling him that whatever he picked, his strategy was a blunder. And he started calling the game stupid. I was telling him that he made so many H2 units, but he was under the impression that he was winning. And he says, I'm winning. And I countered saying that it was never the case, you were never winning. And he was thinking that the battle that just happened was the only thing that I outplayed him or something terrible happened. That's the reason why, he's calling bullshit on what just happened just a moment ago. But it's a 20-minute game, and whatever happened from the start played into this. And he was expressing that all the time he was winning, but I was telling him that I had counter units and I surrounded you. And of course, it went on. He said, you just made cow. And I was confused. What gave him the impression that he was winning? I thought I was winning, and he thought he was winning. But he said, I just made cow, and it was totally predictable. But I was telling him, I was age 3 and I made counter units. It's not just cavalry, it's counter units. That's what mattered here. And he called it a stupid game and he just resigned. So, this is what happened at the end. But I want to tell you what happened during the game, and you tell me what just happened from his point of view. So this is an interesting game. I will try to make it as brief as possible. So let's see. So start of the game is usually not much. Let me play it in full speed over here. Take out the view lock. So at the start of the game, typically his explorer, he gathered a treasure, he built a house. He's playing German, by the way, and I was playing Lakota. And yeah, he didn't build a market or something to exchange this gold for food or a wood. Some players do that at the start. So he came down here, he found a 70 XP treasure, and he got the treasure. Good. And he's getting yet another treasure, which is really nice, 30 wood, without much fuss, right? He has more than half HP on his explorer. He's all good, he's just walking home. Everything was good. And he's aging with 15 wills. So he just queued up another villager, but 15 village up is kind of definitely good. So let me pause here just a second. So he aged before 4 minute 30 seconds. So around 4:30 is really good age up time for Germany. So far so good. So here at this point, we see there are two villagers of mine closer to his base. So if let me tell you what. Just see, my base is over here. My base is over here. His base is, of course, over here. And his hero has coated more than half of the map, but not my base. And he definitely saw my two villagers gathering here. So that means he should at least assume that he's up to I am up to something. And there is a trade post here, and I am assuming that since I also saw him, I am assuming that he's gonna build a trade post here. So his first age 2 shipment is 3 settler wagons, so going some economic route, not bad. And then he is scouting all over here to see what additionally things are in place. So at this point, he sent two Ulans to this part of the map because he saw two villagers here. So since I also noticed that he noticed me, and he definitely noticed me. So he sent two Ulans here. And usually, what any player would do if he was scouted, he would just send the villagers back to safety, right? So that's what he assumed, and he sent two Ulans over there. Okay, so far so good. The Ulans were there, they are trying to find the villager, but Ulans couldn't find any villager. Ulans found a good treasure, which is 105 XP treasure. Since he didn't build a trade post yet, that was good. He got the treasure, it was all nice. Another shipment on the way. At this moment, something's happening in his base. So all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it looks like a raiding party is in his town. And what is he making? He is making pikemen because he know that Lakota's gonna raid, so pikemen would save. Pikemen to counter axe raiders and crossbows to counter any bow raiders. Not a bad combo. And they are left in the base. They are not trying to push or anything. He's just trying to push with his two Ulans, but he's not trying to push with his other units which are there to defend. Right, so I saw those units because I was trying to siege this house down. So I just escaped. I didn't engage anymore because I know it's not a good fight. I didn't find any villagers either. So I backed off, which he didn't know. Yeah, he noticed that I backed off, that's definitely sure. And all his focus was here. So here he saw a villager, one villager is down. Then a second villager is gonna go down. That's good. Two villager kills and I couldn't manage to kill any of his villagers, right? So that's a definitely good trade. And then he should have noticed coin laying on the floor. I don't know if he noticed it or not, but definitely he should have noticed that there is coin there. I mean, early coin suggests two things, right? If he had already scouted my deck, I mean, my deck is kind of complicated here. You see, there are 20 age 1 and age 2 cards and only one 700 uh, coin in the deck. That means either I'm about to age or I'm about to pump units, bow riders, especially only bow riders, right? I can't train any other units that cost coin in age 2. So definitely I'm either aging or making bow riders. So that's the only two things that he could tell until this point of the game. So now let me continue. So here he has found two Ulans, and then those two Ulans, there were two more Ulans from the shipment. Let me pause. Something interesting have come up. Moving on. Moving on. So two Ulans, and these Ulans he did not have any barracks. Sorry, he has only one barrack so far, which I already scouted, and he's making crossbows and then pikemen, and he do not have any stable so far. So all the Ulans that he trained so far, like on the field, are from the shipments. Okay, then I mean I couldn't train so far. What happened? I couldn't train any. I mean, I couldn't trade any of his villagers. They are safe, and I saw my trade post got was about to get attacked. So I thought I would send all my units here, and I killed his hero. So he lost his hero so far. Not a big deal, but he didn't build any trade post so far. So that's a bit important. But he was not worried because he has a strategy in mind. He has pikemen and he has more crossbows coming in. So he thought, okay, whatever I have in store, he could counter them. And then he's waiting there. He's thinking if I would raid or not. So he has sent three H2 shipments. So he has six Ulans on the field. And he has six Ulans and several crossbow, 18 crossbow and 14 pikemen. This is a bit of a scary army, formidable in age 2 before 10th minute mark. So this is not bad. And also he is researching great codes over here. That means he is definitely prepared to face any of the raids that I might throw his way. And he also has several pikemen behind to see, I mean, to defend against any such raid. So far so good, right? Until 10th minute mark, he's definitely in a very good position. He also resurrected his hero, which is also nice. And now he's chasing my villagers away off my hunts. So see, these are all the hunts here, and there are eight villagers that are kind of running away. If they stay here, they will die. So he scared my villagers off the hunts. Third villager down, and then he just backed off. He didn't want to engage over here. Not sure why, but he just backed off. He thought, okay, trade post is a bit more interesting. While the trade post is being sieged, he's coming back with his Ulans to raid. That is also good. Okay, so at this moment, he got the trade post down. All the units are celebrating. And then they are all grouped together. Let's see what's in the base. There are no units in the base. And you see all these 5 pikemen are also walking towards my base. That means he is fully all in at this moment. At this point, Ulans are separated one more time to try to find if there are any other villagers that are gathering that he can get free kills, because this army is formidable. He has his hero there to tank, he has his pikemen to siege and also defend against cavalry, and he has his crossbows to kill all my units. Okay, but here his Ulans are separated. His Ulans are separated, and 2 Ulans down. He do not have any stable. 3 Ulans are down, and he didn't find any military building so far. And the only important building that I have here in his line of sight is my town center. So he started sieging the town center. Okay, and I am trying to stop him from sieging that just a bit because I have a shipment under on my way, and this is the only shipment point I have. So even though I would lose to this fight, I'm trying to bait him to stop his siege. See, I'm trying. He's escaping. He's pushing back with pike and pulled back his crossbows, which is really nice. And my shipment is lying there, which is 600, 700 wood that I just sent. It's all sitting there. I can't gather it. And my town do not have anybody shooting out of it, which I don't know if you noticed or not. But see, this is a losing fight. So what I did, what I didn't engage, I was trying to pull him still and trying to get any kills off while he's sieging. And but I'm taking huge casualties here, even though the score is not too much. I just aged. I don't know if I mentioned it or not. Yeah, I aged, and that's the reason why he started pushing me. So, uh, okay, and I'm still trying to bait him, and he has 5 more Ulans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he got one more shipment, so he got 2 more Ulans added, or did he build a stable already? I'm not sure. He did not build a stable, so all these Ulans are from shipments. Okay, so far so good. And in this point, I'm in full retreat. I didn't even try to take these Ulans down. I could have taken these Ulans down because I have bow riders. But I just lost my town and I'm in kind of, uh, yeah, retreat, not engaging. And my market is also gonna go down. So far, only 3 wills are down. That's the most important point. Okay, so now all his units are grouped together. There are no other units anywhere. See, there are 5 pikes here and 7 more pikes here waiting to defend the town from any raids. This is very, very intelligent, smart play of him. But I escaped all my wills because he didn't kill any wills in this raid. So now here at this point, I have to engage him, which after all these victories, he got the trade post, he got the town. At this point, I surrounded him with my axe raiders, and all my other units are shooting up front, and his crossbows are not shooting right now. These are trying to escape from the axe raider fire, axe raider attack. So they are shooting, but they are all dying. So at this point, I see all plus 8s. I mean, I'm losing units, but he lost his entire army. The entire army that was marching towards, and which took all my buildings, whatever important buildings that I have, market, tribal marketplace, a trade post, everything is gone. And but all his units are also gone. At this point, if you look at the score, he is definitely ahead, but I am one age up, and I have a trade post still, which is at the bottom corner over here, which is nice. So at this point, what can you say? At 13th minute mark, definitely he's winning because he still have his entire economy here, and he still have several pikemen and a bit more crossbowmen, and he has enough resources to age. So this is not a bad position to be in after an exchange, after taking the enemy town, right? Yep, definitely he thinks he's winning. Uh, but at this point, he has not expanded on the map. He is still in his starting base here. See, on his base, all the hunts are out. The secondary hunts are here, 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 but he's still in his base. So I was trying to uh, find any of his units or villagers, because definitely it is time to expand, and I still have my units from the previous fight. So I tried to come here, tried to take this house down, but he definitely has units and I saw those units, so I just escaped. I didn't engage, and also he aged. He's also in age 3 right now, and but I am ahead in score here. So looking at the score here, definitely he should tell that he's not really winning. He thought he was winning, but he's not. So in just a moment, in just a moment. Now he's about to expand onto the map because he has run out of the gold mine here. This gold mine is about to run out. This gold mine is about to run out, and he has expired all his food. So he definitely have to push out to try to expand on the map. So that's what he's doing very carefully. His settler wagons are trying to find the hunts. So is his army trying to defend if there are any other raids. So when he's trying to defend, he saw my villagers. So far, three of my villagers were dead. So fourth dead, five, six, seven. So seven villagers are dead of mine, and he didn't lose any single villagers. And he sent more shipments, so he has more ulans on the field. But I'm trying to. I chased him away, right? I didn't let him push. Sensing that there is a fighting opportunity here, he again masked. So previously he had all crossbows. Now he has just one or two crossbows, not a lot. Yeah, a five, a batch, but he trained skirmishers. So these are better than crossbows, definitely. More HP, more attack, and more range. And he has pikes to defend against any cavalry raid. Good. So far, so good. He's waiting. He's waiting for this batch to come out. 10 more skirmishers and a couple of more pikes. And once the pikes are out, time to push. Skirmisher, skirmisher here. So at this point, his ulans are separated, but I have all my bow riders right there welcoming him. Two or three ulans down, and then I have my Vakina rifles, and my Vakina rifles were trying directly firing against his ulans, but I pulled them back, and my axe raiders are marching. And at this point, I think I need to take it slow. So my axe raiders are trying to get on his skirmisher. So none of his units are firing right now. All his 20 plus skirmishers are not firing at all. A bit here, there, but all his pikes are gone. All his pikes are gone to my rifle riders, which I don't think he noticed. And then remaining units are just skirmishers, and I have surrounded him. And this is pretty basic cleanup, right? You see here, what is the attack? I have 54 attack on my axe raiders. I'm age 3. I sent a couple of cards that increase the attack. And then I have rifle riders, and also see rifle riders have already taken care of all the ulans and also the pikes. And I have bow riders, which have already did their job in taking the ulans down. And I have Vakina rifles. I prepared Vakina rifles because I thought there would be some war wagon pop or something, but no war wagons. But still, Vakina rifles also contributed to this fight. So all my units are in this fight, and I surrounded him, and all his units are down. So at this point, you can clearly tell I'm ahead, even though the scores are not that far apart. And also, of course, I'm on war dance here, attack dance. So here is where he started questioning what the fuck bullshit and etc etc that started telling at the start of the game. And I said it's a strategy blunder because he made all H2 units. As far as I'm concerned, he didn't make DOPS, he didn't make war wagons. DOPS are not H3 units, but they would definitely do a good job against cavalry, better than pikes, my opinion. But he still had pikes, which were, and he thought he was winning, as I just said. Uh, So what went wrong? This is exactly from his point of view. He thought he was winning, but as I just explained, I had 56 attack because I am on attack dance at the moment. Higher units. I surrounded him and I killed him. So yeah, the game was predictable. I predicted his moves and he predicted my moves. Uh, but definitely I outplayed him. So he called the game. What do you think happened? What are the blunders that you think that he made? You can tell me in the comments below, and I will try to make a different video on that just to tell you what just went wrong, why he got the game so wrong. Thank you.